Welcome back. It is that time again where we get to share what we have for you today. And my name is Sipoga Zabua. I welcome everyone that is joining in. Sit back and hear what I have for you today. I hope you'll be inspired. Embracing failure, the key to growth and success. That is the key to growth and success. Have you ever found yourself beating yourself up over mistakes and failures? I know I have, but I've learned a valuable lesson. I've learned a valuable lesson. Mistakes and failures are not only a natural part of this life, but they are also essential, for growth and success. They are very important for our growth. They are very important for our success. They are very important for making us better people. So some of these mistakes that we make, the failures we go through that we beat ourselves up over, it's not really necessary to beat ourselves up because we are learning, we are becoming wiser, we are becoming better people, and we are able to navigate life differently, sometimes because of our failures. Think about it. When we make a mistake or we fail, our initial reaction is often discouragement, disappointment, and frustration. But what if we could just shift, our mindset and see these experiences as opportunities for learning and growth? What if we could shift our mindset and start looking at our mistakes and failures, no matter how big they may be, no matter how big they may seem or look to you when you look at them? How about we shift our mindset and start looking at these failures and mistakes that we've made, that we beat ourselves up over? Look at them as, opportunities for growth, opportunities for success, opportunities to learn new things about ourselves, about the experiences, about people. If we could just shift our mindset, we will learn so much because there is always something very important to learn from every experience that we go through as people. This is something that I have learned. So I've come to realize that it's okay to make mistakes. It is okay to fail. It is okay. Not that you must make mistakes carelessly, not that you must plan to fail, but when failure happens, when mistakes, are made, it is okay to make those mistakes because more than we understand, mistakes, they are necessary sometimes. Failure is necessary sometimes to push us, to the right direction, to move us the right way so that we get closer to our destinies. Failure is necessary sometimes. Mistakes are necessary sometimes to open our eyes, to certain things, new opportunities that are out there. Because, every mistake and every failure brings us closer and closer to our goals, to our destinies, like I said, and they help us become better people, better versions of ourselves. Now we need to embrace mistakes when they happen. We need to embrace failure when failure happens. As I reflect on my own journey, I'm reminded of one of my earliest mistakes. One of my earliest mistakes. And the reason I'm saying one of my earliest mistakes, I've made so many mistakes in life. I've made so many mistakes in life. I've, failed in so many things in life, relationships, many things that I've had to grow from, learn from, and become a better person. So as I look back, you know, reflecting on my journey, I'm reminded of one of my earliest mistakes. When I started this channel, this YouTube channel, I didn't do my due diligence, when it comes to research and getting to know what I was getting myself into with limited resources and an unclear vision of what I really wanted to do, what I really wanted to achieve with this channel. I just dived, head first into creating content while my enthusiasm, was, palpable. My lack of preparation led to unnecessary challenges, led to unnecessary challenges. In hindsight, proper research and planning would have saved me from many headaches, many headaches. However, I've come to realize that mistakes, they are unavoidable sometimes. They are unavoidable and they are part of growth. That is what I'm talking about today. They are part of growth. No matter how we prepare sometimes, no matter how we try to get things in order sometimes, no matter how we, acquire knowledge and, seek out advice, sometimes we're just going to make mistakes. We're just not going to get things right, not because we did not plan, not because we did something, we deserve to fail or to be in trouble, because sometimes mistakes, they get us in trouble. But just because they are just that part of life that is unavoidable, not only part of life that is unavoidable, but they are part of life that leads us to growth, which is why we should be, we should embrace mistakes and failure when that happens in our lives. So instead of getting discouraged by slow growth and limited engagement, in my channel, I chose to shift my perspective. I sought out new knowledge. I sought out new knowledge, learned from my mistakes, and adapted my approach. I sought out new knowledge. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is very important if you want to grow, if you want to achieve anything in life, if you want to live a fulfilling life without knowledge, that is not going to be possible. So when you seek knowledge and you do whatever you can to get it, you become a better person and you are able to, sort of fix mistakes along the way and, shift also your mindset and your approach in life. Now, this journey has been, a transformative one. Through my mistakes and failures, I've gained valuable insights that have not only improved my content, but also helped to improve me, grow me, and help develop me as a person. It has helped, me grow as a person and become really the best and better version of myself. Now, embracing failure and moving forward, that is what I do, because I've learned that sometimes there's just no avoiding failure, no avoiding making mistakes. I've embraced failure now. I embrace failure and I move forward. I don't beat myself up. I don't, become frustrated and lose my mind. I just welcome it and ask myself, now what are you coming to teach me? You experience whatever pain sometimes that I experience, or disappointment or mistake I make. I ask myself, what am I supposed to learn from this experience? and then I move forward. So don't be too hard on yourself when things don't go as planned. Don't be too hard on yourself when things don't go as planned. Instead, learn from your mistakes, pick yourself up, and keep moving forward. Remember, every successful person has experienced failure along the way. Every successful person that today we look up to, has experienced, failure along the way. They have made mistakes along the way, some many mistakes than they can think. Some have failed many times than they can imagine or explain to us, but they didn't let this hold them back. They did not let their mistakes, their failures, hold them back from moving forward. What they did and what we all should do is not only look at the failure, your struggle, your experience, what has failed. You look forward to the end goal. What is the end goal? What is it that you want to see? What is it that you want to achieve? And what is it that you want to become? And this is what keeps you going as a person. This is what keeps you, fueled up so that you gain new strength to keep going, keep seeking that knowledge that you need to seek, and becoming excited, looking forward to seeing what is waiting for you ahead of you. And sometimes we also need to understand when we make these mistakes, it is simply because life does not come with any manuals. Life does not come with any manuals. Maybe you're going into a relationship. Maybe you starting something new. You're becoming a parent. You're having your kids for the first time. You're going into marriage. You're starting a new job. You're moving to a new place. There's no manual that comes with that on how you handle things and how you will be and how things will turn out. So don't beat yourself up about failure and making mistakes. We learn as we go, and this is how we become better people. As long as we open our eyes and we are able to plan where we can for things, and we are able to understand also what we're getting ourselves into to avoid certain mistakes and unnecessary mistakes, to avoid failure. Sometimes let's understand what we're getting ourselves into, especially if you find yourself in a relationship and no one plans to be in a relationship. But when you get into that, ask the necessary questions as you get into the relationship and get to know the person. As get to know this person, then you understand exactly what is it that you are getting yourself into, and be open-minded as you do that, and understand nothing in life is perfect. And to grow and become better, sometimes we must make mistakes. So you must understand also one thing that I've realized: you're not defined by your mistakes and failures. You are not defined by your mistakes and failures. You are defined by your ability to learn from them and keep moving forward. This is what I told myself. What defines me as a person? Is it my mistakes? Is it my failures? Is it how many times I've fallen, made mistakes? No, that is not what defines me. I'm defined by way bigger things. And I'm not going to allow failure and making mistakes, pull me down and sit me down. This is what I want to share with you today and let you know: you are not defined by your mistakes and your failures. You are defined by your ability to learn from them. You are defined by your ability to keep on moving forward and staying focused, understanding that there's still a way to keep going. There's still a way to make it. There's still a way, as long as you learn and you get yourself up. So, in other words, don't give up when you make mistakes, when you fail. Sometimes we make mistakes in front of many people. Everyone knows about your mistakes. The people we read about that have made mistakes, that are regretting those mistakes. Sometimes it happens like that. Sometimes you failed in front of a huge audience. But I want you to understand, you too, do not give up. We all make mistakes. And don't let that define you. Don't let that tell you it is the end of your life. It is not the end of your life. Keep pushing forward and know that success is just around the corner. Success, change, it is around the corner. Key takeaways from today: mistakes and failures, they are a natural part of life and growth. Every mistake, every mistake and failure brings us closer to our goals, our destinies, and helps us become better versions of ourselves. Now, proper research and planning can save time and effort in the long run if we invest in planning and doing our research in whatever we get ourselves into can save us time in the long run. Another one, that is the last one, shifting your perspective and seeking out new knowledge can help you overcome challenges. Shifting your perspective and seeking new knowledge, not old knowledge, new knowledge can help you overcome challenges. Now, share with me in the comments below, what's one mistake you've made and what did you learn from it? What's one mistake that stands out that you've made and what did you learn from that mistake? Let us, talk about it. Let us talk about this and come out of our situations and learn and shame the devil, if these mistakes and failures, they think they can bind us. Let's not allow them to do that. What do we learn? Let us learn something so that we don't make these mistakes again in life, so that we avoid making some of these mistakes and failing again. If you are struggling then with self-doubt or fear and failure, know that you are not alone. You are not alone. You're not the only person that is making mistakes. You are not the only person that keeps on failing. You are not the only person that is struggling with, fear and self-doubt because of these challenges sometimes. We're bound to doubt ourselves. We're bound to lose our confidence. We're bound to question who we are and what we can do. You are not alone. We've all been there. Reach out to me if you feel like you can't get up anymore and you've failed so many times, you've made so many mistakes, you can't forgive yourself and you can't forget and move on. You can't look at life differently, you can't look at yourself differently. Reach out to me or to a trusted friend or a mentor, mentor for support so that you can gain your strength again, your self-confidence again, and make it in life and be able, to move forward and be able to find yourself and determination so that you can achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. You can be looking at failed marriages, looking at failed relationships, whatever it is you failed at, there's still a way to make things right. Just look at things differently and learn from your mistakes and look forward to the new relationship that is ahead of you that will make you a better person. And as you go into whatever new life, new relationship that is waiting for you as you come out of the old and getting on to the new, you become a better person and you getting into whatever it is that you're getting into, being the best version of yourself. So don't beat yourself up. Embrace mistakes and failure. It is not the end of the world. Tell me how this is helping you. please talk to me. Let's share, let's talk about this. And as you do, don't forget to share this with those you think may benefit, and like and subscribe. And it's always great to come back and share all of these with you. Let's learn together.